I told people to probably be having your Zoom up ready no later.
I'm going to turn this around.
Okay.
You should be able to see people.
Oh, yeah, that worked. Oh,
I'm not going to plug it in until later because I don't want people tripping on it.
Yeah, no, this is, we got. Thanks for doing this. Okay. Well, with that, you're right. That's how they. Raise your hand if when you're not hearing me. Ruth.
Is Sam escorting national reps here?
Or Jackie is.
Yeah, Jackie. Okay, that's your Jackie thing. So. Oh, and goodness, that's right. Weren't the charity things due by the end of September? Were they? Okay. Like, hang on, it's October now.
That's. Well, and Rebecca has been in contact with her. I finally, she needed more. I gave her a whole bunch of information. She needed one more item, and I said, I just got to tell you, we're in the middle of a tournament in Seaside. Nothing's happening until Monday, so that doesn't work for you. And she responded and said, okay, all right. Hi there.
Hi, is it all right if I come sit by you? You're such
You
a
can do
friendly
anything
face.
you want, because I don't know who you are.
Oh, I'm sitting up for Lorraine Roddick.
Oh, you're Pam Hughes.
I'm Pam Hughes.
Hi, Pam.
Hi.
Don. Lori.
Hi, I'm good.
And so you're sitting in for Lori,
Yeah, she's not here. Yeah, she's
and
not
you
here.
have the proxy? She
Yes,
give you a proxy? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
I mean, not in writing. Did you want to do
No, no.
writing? Okay. Yeah.
And do you know Kevin? He's the area rep.
I do.
Okay. And this is Karen from 19.
And I've got Karen too. He was just playing at the table.
And you know Marie, of course?
Mhm.
Marie Ashton?
Extremely well.
Yes, I would think so. Okay.
All right, we've got two voting members here now, so.
Hello, Marie.
What do we
I'm
call it to
Pam.
order?
I'm sitting in for whatever my unit is. I don't
She's
remember.
sitting in for Lorraine. She has Lorraine's proxy. Yeah. Lorraine from Ben
Lorraine Roddick.
Ben's.
Ben
Ben.
area.
Sit by me or you gotta go somewhere else. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I've been to a lot of bridge board meetings in my life. Yeah,
Oh, and Lorraine already voted in the charity thing, so you're off for that,
okay.
so. I saw the emails in my mailbox and haven't had time to read through them, but I'm sure I'll vote yes.
That's good, because I don't have any background on that, so.
Oh, okay. Well, the money's trending in the right way, finally.
That's really good.
Yeah,
here's the menus.
How was your table count this week compared to?
red, pretty close, about 4% down.
Oh, Roger's
Dinner's
on.
on that flat one. Red.
Is Roger there?
Yeah, he's there. Can you hear us, Roger? Say something, Roger. You're muted.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but let me see what my. You're not coming in very loud. Maybe I've got my sound down.
I can see you really well.
Oh, here we go.
Testing.
Now, yeah, you're better now. Okay, you're
Oh,
good.
It was 1-year term, but it was right at that point where we changed the bylaws and went to a 2-year term. So everybody said, well, gosh, this is working out.
Can you see okay, Roger?
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but that's okay.
Lined up to continue. Yeah, no, yeah, it's been good.
Who's taking over?
Alice.
There's-
Well, this year, so you have a person being nominated. No.
Gotcha.
Well.
We're buying our own, or are you buying for it? Are you paying for everything?
That's for it, so I'm.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, I see. So then it is part of the region, right? It's not just District 20 or 2.
Yes, it is.
Okay, not- Hi, I didn't mean.
Everybody here, you said right now.
It's just this morning, I'm coming
I'm
up.
gonna say it's always. Thank you very much. I'm gonna tell me that. I'm out, but you know.
Sorry.
Are you taking orders or
Let
what?
me a chair, pull that chair.
No.
So.
Did you order that?
I do.
See, that one is gonna run right into it. I'm gonna take the one next to it.
I wish.
I'm saying.
I don't need to.
You need that anyway.
I'm afraid if I could hold that bit more in the second half,
Oh,
65-45.
oh, well,
First to last.
yeah, that's the way it goes.
It was a delightful time.
Good time.
Yes, thanks. No, I'm not.
You want surgery or?
No, I got. Be happy. My tibia interlocked. It found.
You can see here.
So it Sam. I have to have somebody sit next to me. Then they don't have cookies.
Well, I know July's coming. And there's Ruth and John's. Oh, perfect.
And Jeff's coming when he can get here.
Yeah, you'll be a little late. He's a little late. Hi, Ruth. Welcome,
Hi,
welcome,
Ruth.
welcome.
There you are.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Sam's here.
I know.
Sam's here.
Are you?
Sam's here, Ruth is here, Lorraine Foxy is here, and I'm here. It's 4 voting members, so.
And then you've got us.
July.
Zoom. Anybody on Zoom?
Rod Rogers there.
Roger's there is all right now.
We get audio from Roger yet?
Yeah, speak up, Roger.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Just everybody, this is Haley, so we give you your orders and
I'd like the ground round steak and,
Yeah.
yeah,
I own this.
I think so.
so Karen, how about if we, when we get the.
There's March, you want to come from the back of the
Kevin needs to
Baked
hand
potato
out some
things.
additional unique hats.
I would like his clam chowder. Yeah, I'd like that. Don, it looks like Allison's online. Can you hear us, Allison?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Hi, Allison. Where's the camera?
It's right up there, heroes.
Was that Roger?
How are you?
Hi, Allison.
Hi, Roger.
I'm good, Don. Hi, Roger. It's nice to hear you.
Hey, Roger, what's
It's a good
the
start.
medical report? How's your hip doing, Roger?
Yeah, there are days when I forget that I've had the surgery, so that's good progress.
Oh, excellent. So, I assume you have the number on how much money we've made on interest in the account and all of that. You'll be able to update us on that, Roger?
Well, actually, also it's in Marie's income statement for the year to
Okay.
date, she has $3,796.
How much?
For the year through September 30th, she has $3,796.
Oh, nice. Excellent. It's better than a regional, than a small regional.
Well,
Excellent. Okay.
in my opinion, the reserve account investment in treasuries is funding the Bend Redmond tournament.
Yeah, kind of. I agree. It's the exactly right. So which is perfect. Great.
Oh, let's see.
I know what I want. Yes.
This is Haley. Everybody's our service person. So you have your order. You really get to her.
Yes. That's what we do. So did I do? Is anybody sitting here?
I believe you have to, thank you, Mark.
It's an opportunity. I know. Large chef salads and things.
Marie, do you have the packets?
She's actually.
I'm waiting for the
Salads and stuff.
onion.
There's one right there. Thank you, Jim.
I'm waiting for the board
members to be without you. I know, does you know, I think it's very sad. That's hard, I understand it. I have to. Well, I'm not tired.
You're back. I wanted the large chef salad. Cheap starts. Yeah, I know. It's not look at her. Hey, you were. I was gonna ask for a little extra. It comes in if there's a good container of it, so if it's not enough. Thank you. Oh, yeah, nothing for me.
The battery is pretty good. Would you rather have this down here close or? what?
Yeah, maybe that does work better. Is that okay with you? Rick?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
fine.
All right, thank you. And I don't,
Oh, you don't want to see the setting? I think I've turned it so it shouldn't go to sleep or anything.
okay.
Hi, Don.
Anybody else other than Roger there yet?
Roger and Allison.
Sure.
Nice to see everyone. Is that Susie next to you?
Next to Don.
Next to Don. Susie, you've been rocking it. Nice job on the IN stuff. I can even see Kevin's awesome hat.
Of course.
Potato mashed. Are you doing that?
I think so.
Congratulations.
Kimball and I we just sat
Is this
down.
somebody
And,
you know?
yeah, he's a good player.
Good player.
I'm gonna sit here.
All I did was get out of his way. And,
He just brought you up.
yeah, he did. He did a great job.
I'm gonna move down here.
Is that Rich?
You remember me, right?
Yeah, it was Rich.
Yeah.
He is hard to forget. It's a good one, Haley.
Hey, Rich, I want to thank you for being willing to do all that stuff. I defer to Jim though, so. Classes.
30 people.
We're having really good turnouts and people love Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does an amazing job.
That's good.
But somebody says she's a me or he's.
Need to sit up here with.
I'll have what you said. I was gonna get something different, but it sounded
No, you
so
just
good.
get-
Except for that I wanna have the salad with,
Pretty soon,
cheese dressing.
Do you want the shrimp? Have you ordered?
I'm done.
So this little thing is the power, you can see the power thing there. If it starts to disappear, the black altogether, then it'll probably give you an alarm if it's bad. But I think it's.
What's your name?
Generally.
Small tabloid, please.
I doubt if we need all this breakfast.
And if I have to let people in, Rich, where
It should be able to come in.
they should come in, okay.
Yep, it'll give you a little message.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a forum.
Do you happen to have, I've ripped a nail.
We have,
You happen to have an emery?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's an Emory board. Do you have an Emory board?
2 on that side of the table, 3 on this side. So,
Hey, everybody, before we start the official meeting. July, we're not gonna have trouble with you tonight, are we? Maybe later. Hi, July.
I'll
Looking forward to tomorrow night. Yeah, and is the cookbook from you? Nice. Oh, yeah, we already tried out a menu. Yeah. I'm sorry, before we start the meeting, Karen from District 19 has something she would like to chat with us about.
Hi, Karen Rise, I'm president, District 19. Sam and I had talked a year and a half ago about doing something fostering better cooperation between the districts, promoting for each other, because getting everybody coming to tournaments is in all of our best interest. Then it kind of got set aside. Sam couldn't get to the meeting. But it's all come up again with your newsletter coming out to District 19 people and people calling me and saying, why isn't Ocean Shores on the newsletter schedule? And I'm saying, because that's District 20, that's not ours. So,
Oh.
but we had a terrific offer from your newsletter editor to include District 19 regionals on your calendar, which we haven't actually gotten to a board meeting yet, but the comments I've gotten from board members are very enthusiastic that they would like to see it happen. And we have a new board member coming on in 19 who we believe is going to resurrect our newsletter. So we would be very happy to include yours if your tournaments in our newsletter,
Sure.
our calendar, if your board decides that's what you want to do.
Our board has decided that's great.
So, well, why shouldn't we start thinking in terms of the region?
Yeah.
We have several districts and think of the region. We should be advertising all the regionals with, are we called regions?
No, we're
district.
We're
It's
district.
District 20 within the region though.
13, but
That's huge. That's Salt Lake City.
District 21 and 20
Oh,
are in region
okay,
12.
okay,
Oh, okay.
different, different region,
Right.
Yeah.
but
So
not
that's
next door neighbor.
But we're commuting distance to each other. But
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
We'll adopt E19. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, move in.
Karen, I think we're good to go on that, so.
Okay. So I want to throw because
Okay.
I initiated this conversation
Yeah.
a year and a half ago, and it just didn't get followed through on.
So, absolutely, all right.
Yeah.
When we have our
Thank you.
board meeting, I will move forward with this.
And the likely, it's not official yet, but the likely next person you'll be dealing with is this young woman right here. So she is the only one who's been put forth as a candidate for the office. So this is Allison Evans. And
Allison, I run into term limits at the end of this year, so you're gonna have somebody new too.
okay,
You really have somebody that might do a newsletter?
Yes.
Oh, then we could just trade.
have one of those for me.
However it works out, I will have our person get in touch with your person and see.
all right, Karen, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, we okay calling the meeting to order? Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, is this being recorded, Rich? Do you want to
Yeah,
record
it's
it?
recorded.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't say that up at the top.
It said recording when
Yeah,
you started.
yeah,
it.
okay,
I heard it say-
yeah, okay, good.
We have 4 here. We're gonna have a quorum.
We have five.
We're in agreement. We have a quorum.
We have five areas here.
Who's here?
We have Ruth
Ruth,
and
Pam.
Pam has Lorraine.
Pam
We have
has a
me.
proxy for Lorraine,
We have
July.
July, we have Sam.
Sam,
We have
Cool.
five,
cool.
and the president. Does that count? Do I count?
You count.
Okay.
five.
A little while longer.
There was a little hesitation there.
We have over.
I was just trying to get my breath. I was so excited.
So this will be my last, Susie.
I have to get this. I'm sorry, Don. Carry on. As if I'm not being.
How do we do that?
What are you thinking?
Susie and I go back a long time.
I've got one if she can't find her. Okay. I'll have to get this on the
Agenda.
I even know exactly where mine is because I'm the same way if something happens.
Here's one right here. Okay. I call the meeting back to order.
I recommended her. It's my fault.
It's your fault.
Thank you so much.
Anyhow, I think this is be my last official board meeting, and I think it was just about 3 years ago that I got this phone call from Lori Rowe in a desperation mode saying to me, well, we've offered it to 22 people. And we're at the end of the meeting and the district will be shutting down if you aren't willing to do it. And I had no idea what I was getting into, but I just want to share. It has been really a delight. It has been a real pleasure. And I have been so impressed with the level of competency and commitment of the folks who are keeping the district going. I had no idea. And I want to say that I am really grateful for the help and support from everybody. It's been great. So That's all.
You've done a great job.
We have the great good fortune to have the president of the American Contract Bridge League here, Margot. Thank you very much for coming out, Margot. The floor is yours.
You want to turn?
Oh,
I'm trying to embarrass you so much. I walked right up to her.
So I get to speak to the incoming president, is that it?
well, we assume that will be who. He is, and Roger's there. Yeah, Roger is there. Yeah, you don't see us.
Glad to be here. I have been, as I said at the beginning of the first session, been told for years that I needed to come to Seaside. And
Welcome, Carol. Welcome, Dennis.
so I put this in with a trip to Taos. The regional was last week, so I'm doing 2 regionals in a row. And I just I don't really have any prepared remarks. I'm happy to take any questions anybody has. This is our first year, you know, the question of districts and regions just came up, and
Hi, Jeff.
we've been downsizing the board from 25 directors, 1 for each district, into a combination of districts that comprise 13 regionals. And we finally reached our number of 13. And it's been an interesting year because 13 is significantly fewer than 25, which is what it was when I joined. And we have certain standing committees every year. We have some task forces that I put together to try to key to topics that I thought were important. And one of them, I'm sure many of you know that the BDO contract is up at the end.
And I
of
moved,
June. So
I
I created with the executive director
Solid,
a task
a side
force
solid,
on the
with blue
online
cheese.
provider.
solid.
And also one for NABC business model, because the NABCs are struggling as the regionals are a little bit. So we're trying to figure out what a good model is for the future for that. And then I have a task force for clubs and one for membership recruitment and retention. And Jackie is actually who went on the board that I named to lead the recruitment and retention task force. And I think she just has a couple of comments she might like to make. But before I ask her to do that, ACBL's numbers are dropping. Our attendance, our membership is going down. Our attendance at sectionals, regionals, club games, everything is decreasing. And also the number of volunteers we have. And that's why it's particularly exciting for me to travel around a little bit and get to meet all of you, because you are really the lifeblood of the ACBL, the people who volunteer, the people who serve on the unit boards, who run the tournaments, that kind of thing. So I really commend and applaud your volunteerism, and hope you get a lot out of it. I have over the years, and it can be very annoying, very frustrating, but it can be extremely rewarding. So thank you, everybody. And I just want to ask Jackie, do you want to make a?
Well, Margot, any questions for Margot? And before Jackie speaks, I want to say a word about Jackie, because we were very fortunate that that Jackie ended up being our rep. I have worked behind the scenes with her, and I haven't seen anybody work more tirelessly and who is just about promoting bridge. Jackie, we are so fortunate. I am so grateful. You have been a big help to me these whole time that we've kind of started together, I guess. And
You're ahead of me.
yeah. So anyhow, Jackie, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. Great words. I just wanted to say, with this membership retention task force, one of the things that we're really trying to do right now, and I think I probably mentioned it, is we're trying to look at the possibility of getting a large social bridge separate division and have it. I'm interested in face-to-face, getting it into clubs. And one of the clubs that has that program right now is in Portland. And Portland, the actual board is running that thing, that game. But I asked Dave Brower to be on this membership recruitment and retention task force. And I just am going to say in front of all of you, he is a gem.
Yes,
he
is.
He is.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to have him as part of the committee.
Good.
If anybody has any questions for me at any time, I'm assuming you all read my report, so I wasn't going to say anything about that.
Okay.
Don,
Yo, Sam.
in regards to that social bridge, the Vancouver Bridge Club has implemented a social bridge on Friday nights. It's been going for about
Once a month.
and so it's been very successful. It was also adopted by the Vancouver board, but
Good.
they've got a Friday night social bridge. 2 weeks, I think.
How much do they charge?
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't charge in Portland either, it's free. So I would love to know what's going on in Vancouver, if somebody wants to give me a description, because the more information I can gather, I want.
It's in our board minutes, but I'll send it to you. I mean, there was a description of what'll happen. Yeah, so I'll send that to you.
I want to get as much information as I can and see if we can do this, and I just work with our club task force to see if we can maybe get this implemented around the ACBL.
Bill Wyder been behind that. And they got kids coming, so they actually have a non-alcohol room and an alcohol room.
Nice.
Anything else, Jackie?
No, that's it, thank you.
Okay, so moving on, I think we have a motion on the floor from Jim Wheeler about we need to formalize this charity thing. I'm sure everyone remembers.
I had moved.
Here's the motion. Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't realize it wasn't all approved. I read a second of it.
Yeah. We're waiting on the orders being taken.
Please tell your fellow ACBL board members that Seaside fantastic. We'd love to have any time. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and that's awesome too. There's 5 of you here.
Yeah.
Can there be something on the agenda about IM just for a moment?
Works if we have time, Susie, we'll get.
All right.
Online.
Online, and I guess only one person responded, but we had to get going on it because we heard from Rebecca at ACBL that we had to turn in who we wanted our $10,000 to go to by October 30th.
September 30th.
September 30th, yes.
Wow.
So we put it in motion between Don and I, sent her this list of people. Organization, she got back to me, well, we need the name of the organization, the address, the contact person, their phone number, their tax ID number, and I'm running a tournament, and Don's here. So I've been going back and forth with Rebecca and getting all this information together. I heard from the last one today, so I now have all the information for Rebecca. But what I have moved, and I hope you will approve, because she's. I said $4,000 to the Oregon Food Bank. Oregon Food Bank supports not just the Portland metropolitan area, but Columbia out in the Dalles, Tillamook over the coast, Ontario and Eastern Oregon. They're all part of the Oregon Food Bank. So I thought, put 4,000 there. 3,000 for the Maui Relief Fund, and that's actually to Maui United Way. And within Maui United Way, they have a fire disaster relief fund for what happened in Maui. And then 1,000 to Neighbor Impact in Bend. That was recommended by Lorraine as a worthy organization. 1,000 to the Good News Rescue Mission in Reading, which was recommended by July. And then the last 1,000 was to the food bank in Lane County, which is actually Food for Lane County, something like that. That's a different name.
Right.
But that's the total for the 10. So that's my motion. We need a second tonight, please.
I seconded it at the
Don
time.
had already seconded it,
I had
and Lorraine has already voted on it.
So all those, so is there any, everybody heard the motion? Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Anyone opposed to this? A wonderful idea. Okay, good. So unanimous, I believe, Marie, okay? All right, thanks. We're good on that?
Good job, Jim.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'm sorry to have thrown that to you right in the middle of it. I thought we had all that stuff. But I did tell Rebecca, look, we're in the middle of a regional. It's going to be Monday. And I said, I'll talk to Margot about it. And she said, you don't need to talk to Margot. I'm okay. I got it handled. So.
If this is a aside, in the past, the district director has just made the decision. I don't think the board's voted on it, but I don't see a problem.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
nice to have everybody on board.
Yeah. Okay. I think that takes us down to the financials. Marie?
I passed out and I sent out the financials. We're hanging in there with the total reserves of 165,000, which is good. We're making money hand over fist on the Roger Thomas recommendation of investing in bonds with Schwab. We've got almost $3,800 income this year as opposed to our prior time certificate. The Oregon Trail and the Bend and the Redmond regionals are finished. The Redmond regionals, the most recent, it had a small loss of $3,400, but the table count was higher than the estimate, and I believe higher than the last time there. So that was good. Other than that, there's nothing really much to report on.
Roger, do you have anything, Roger, you want to say?
I do, but first I just wanted to ask Maria a quick question. Right now in the income statement, we're showing a net $3,800 of income related to North American events. Is that still?
I have no idea what he said.
He said we're showing a net income of $3,800 for the which events, Roger?
North American events.
North American events showing an income of 3,800.
And I thought they were
Well,
going to
the
be
North
paying
American
out
events are an
subsidies.
odd thing because they cover 2 years, and it's really difficult to put the actual income for each event in the financial statement because they both span 2 calendar years. So the best thing to do on those is to look at the financial statements of the events themselves separately from looking at the income on the financial statement is basically just what's happened during the current calendar year.
Yeah, I think I just pointed out for everyone's edification that be advised that there may be $3,800 of income in our income statement that really isn't there, so to speak.
Okay, everybody hear Roger?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Roger, anything else, Roger?
Okay, yeah, just real quickly, the treasury that we currently hold, I scheduled a maturity for it around the OTR board meeting. So we'll be basically positioned to decide what we want to do with the cash coming out of the OTR board meeting. It will mature at about $109,000. And you can see at September 30th on the report, it's 106. So by its maturity in February, it'll have earned about another $2,200, basically. So everything's going well there. Managing expectations. That was invested at a 5.22% yield. I would expect probably reinvestment will be more likely start with a 4 come February, but it'll still be decent. Plus, of course, we'll be working with a somewhat larger amount at a minimum. Also, I'll lay the groundwork that if we continue to feel like we've got, to me, it feels like the checking account's a little high. We may have the ability to slide some of that over maybe at the OTR once we get a handle on everything, so that we can continue to get a little better yield on a few more dollars, basically.
Roger, thanks very much, and I appreciate your company is doing that at no charge to the district. That's a very nice thing. And as you and I have said, and we are all kind of aware of that, interest is sort of a trade-off for the subsidizing the Bend Redmond Regional. So that's a nice little piece. I probably should update everybody on the finance committee. I gave Raj and Kathy permission to retire. They'd been doing it for forever. And I think everybody knows Irva Nyhart is now on the finance committee with Roger. And do you have anything else on the finance committee to report, Roger?
Not at this time, thank you.
Marie, anything else?
No,
We're good to go. Any questions for Marie and the finances? When I took over, the finances were trending in the wrong direction. And I think Marie said at the time, if we continue at our present rate, we'll be out of money in 6 years, something like that. And so we've turned that around. And I had said by the time I was out, I hope the reserves would be back up around 200. And maybe if we get 30 grand out of Seaside again, we'll get close to that. So it's all good news. Brings us to the most important item, the election of a new president. So the bylaws call for getting nominations from the area reps by September 1st. We got none of those. It then calls for a committee consisting of the president, the vice president, and the secretary, which is myself, Rich, and Sherry. And I'll give a report on Sherry in a second, by the way. It's good news. And Rich and I put forward Allison Evans, and no other candidate has been put forth. So I propose that we vote by acclamation Allison Evans as the president for District 20 for the 25-26 year beginning January 1st. Is there a second?
you made the motion.
I made that motion.
Nice, yeah.
There's a second from Kevin.
And the second for me.
There's a second from Rick. So we have 2 seconds and da. So
Speed wins.
is there any other discussion? So the motion has been on the floor. All those in favor of Allison Evans for the next president of
Please raise your
D20?
hands.
Is there anyone opposed to Allison? And I'll let her know if you are. Allison, congratulations. Do you want to say anything, Allison?
No, just want to say I'm looking forward to serving and working with everyone. And Don, I really appreciate everything you've done because I think you had a lot of heavy lifts to get things to where they are. So just wanted to say it's really been a pleasure working with everyone this year in the capacities that I've been able to kind of get up to speed. So I really appreciate that opportunity. And I'm really glad that Don's going to be the ex officio, past president so that I can milk his brain for all the ins and outs of what I need to know. So thanks.
Appreciate it, Allison. 2 big things with Allison. One, she's the younger generation, which is key. And she also has a skill set, the tech skill, and a lot of stuff along those lines that the district could really use right now. So
Thanks.
Allison, thank you again. And she has done some great work already. So go Beavers, I guess, huh? Did you hear that was hard, Allison?
Yeah, for me to hear it.
Do they still?
I know. I feel you.
Are they still playing football? Is that still happening in Corvallis? Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a new Pac-12.
I don't know. There's this ovoid brown leather thing on Saturday, but I haven't heard anything about football.
Okay. All right. Strike that last comment from Dennis Arms, please. How about I would like to acknowledge Jim Wheeler and the job he's doing at the regional. It's been amazing. Jim, you're
Regional's plural.
So, we budgeted for 1,450 tables. Although Matt tells me that his real actual estimate was 1,385. And we're only 1/2 table short of his real estimate.
Okay.
So we're feeling good.
Yeah.
lots of good feedback from the attendees. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with, do you have any questions about Seaside?
Well, the discussion I have that I hear from people is, of course, the format, because we went from 9, 1, and 7 to, and I think it depends with whom you speak on how that.
Oh, yeah. I get rude, nasty emails from people. People come up to me and are rude. Rich players are rude people.
Really?
Everybody's like mine.
And they all have their opinion. This morning I got it from a lady that I don't have 9, 1, and 7 still, because she wants to walk on the beach in the morning. She doesn't have time. And, when we decided to go to this format this year, it was because that's what the vast majority of bridge players were asking for. They're asking for 10:30 and 3:30. Many discussions with Matt Colt, now the BIC, was, can we really afford to go to 9, 1 or to 10:30 and 3:30 or 10 and 3 or even 9:30 and 2:30, because we're losing all that income that we generated at 9 in the morning. There are a lot of people playing bridge at 9 in the morning
Yeah,
at
there were.
Seaside.
Yeah.
And this is a destination tournament, unlike other places. This is more like Penticton. I have strong opinions from people that they want it earlier, and then I get equally strong opinions from people that do not make it any earlier. So I think probably my recommendation is that, again, after this tournament, we'll do the same thing we did last time. We'll send out a survey to everybody who attended the tournament and ask for some feedback. And that will help decide if we go to 10 and 3 or keep 10:30, 3:30. We can't do it. We can't make our decisions based on the vocal minority.
No.
Those few people who complain.
Well, and I get concerned if we keep changing the format of the time, so that gets to be an issue.
Right.
So.
And that there's a lot to be said for that. The consistency, you always know Seaside is this particular week of the year, and it's always the same times. I would not like to go back. I prefer 9, 1, and 7, but I don't think we can do that.
Jeff, do you have any opinion?
Got me at the wrong moment. Personally, I love 9, 1, and 7, but I think the needs of the bridge players are for 10:30 and 3:30. 10 and 3 will be workable, okay, but I think we made this 10:30, 3:30. We need to stick with it a couple of years, see how it works out.
Okay.
And no problem would be good in the long run.
Okay. Anything else, Jim? You want to talk about Ben Redmond? Do we have a long-term contract over there yet?
No, just 1 year.
Can we get
year.
Can we get a long-term deal?
I haven't asked, but on the other hand, we still have July, who would like to see a tournament in Northern California in Reading, but it's going to take somebody to look for some venues down there and put some proposals together.
I'm thinking we should be moving. I think Ben should be a regular yearly thing and doesn't have to be an either or with.
Well, that's true. And the fact that, if we can consistently lose only about $3,000 or less, then it's not a bad deal.
I think if it's scheduled regularly, I think Ben can break even. Redmond, don't you, Pam?
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, and Jeff said the more consistent you have a tournament, even over there in Central Oregon, people are going to get used to it. They're going to hear about the tournament there. They're going to hear about the great venue. The fact that we've got restaurants and hotels close by, we're getting good contracts with hotels.
I have heard
it should build.
I have heard from Roger McNay numerous times about that. And he said, if you get it on the schedule and it's every year and the pros can count on it, he said that tournament will do just fine. And Roger's been a pretty good barometer for us on different things. So, it's not on the agenda right now, but I think we should look at that being Allison. So on the agenda at some point to get that straightened out. Because I think if people could count on coming to Redmond, it's a great facility. It's 5-minute walk to the lodging. I don't know. I don't see any problem over there. And it seems like they want us. Airport's right there, and you're not locked into a room block. You have no room block issues. So anyhow. And July.
I did get a comp room for one for every 10. So my room was comp.
Okay. All right.
And speaking for this tournament, briefly about conference, the 3 hotels that are part of the conglomerate, it's Inn at Seaside right across the street, the River Inn at Seaside, which is on the other side of Broadway, right on the river, and the Salt Light.
Okay.
And because they're all owned by the same organizations, we get a comp room for every 10 rooms booked at these 3 hotels
Oh,
together.
okay.
So one of the reasons we're doing well here is, I mean, last year, every single staff person their room was comp. And they are again this year.
Oh, nice. Wow.
So
It's huge.
and we have contracts with the convention center for the next 10 years. We don't
Nice.
have to negotiate another one for 10
Yeah.
years.
And the rent's cheap.
Yeah, they give us a good deal. They like us,
Yeah.
even though we're not very nice customers in terms of the bridge players. Cleaning up after us at night, that's another issue.
You have a lot of trouble with that, I thought, getting people to stay and help.
Well, that was Redmond. I did not realize that Redmond did not have staff coming in at night to clean up the place. And we're used to hotel venues where they have staff. That's part of the plan. And I'm gonna have to negotiate that with them for this next year because what I had to do is I had to ask friends around the room.
Well,
to
it's,
stay and help me clean
we
up.
just have to make sure that people sign to help out with that. I'm very willing to do that. So, yeah,
Which
okay.
is neat.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So in terms of the with my stepping down and Amy stepping down from Oregon Trail, as you know, we put out the word that we want people to apply for these positions. We have some excellent candidates for west of the mountain. Is it okay to name them here? Okay, we have Cheryl Williams, who is very interested. Sherry Marquardt, although, you know, Sherry, and you're going to speak to her recent hospitalization.
Yeah.
I did send her an email and asked her if she still wanted to be considered as a candidate, given her health situation. I've not heard back from her, but she was still one of the good
Who was
candidates.
the first one?
Cheryl Williams. Sherry Marquardt, Jennifer Connolly, who is the newer player, Mark McKenzie's girlfriend. You might know her from that. She's a dynamo. Another one, probably not a candidate, speaking candidly, is David Brower's girlfriend, and she's a new player. She's been put in the game, and I just heard that they've split up. And she's probably moving to Texas or not.
That'll make it.
Probably not a good cat. So but she had put her hat in the ring when we were in Redmond. She said, I'd be interested in doing this job.
Okay.
So Don formed a committee of myself, himself, Amy. Anybody else on the committee?
I think that's it for right now.
Okay, so the 3 of us are supposed to make recommendations to the board in terms of the hiring. And we did put in the declare that people had until the end of September to apply. There have been no new names come forward. Nobody's interested. So I think after this meeting, Don, you and Amy and I can get together and talk if we want to sort of interview these 3 or if we're down to 2 or whatever. I believe we should have 2 different people. In the past, when Marilyn did it, Marie did it, we had one person. It's been a constant relief to me to know that if I got hit by the car tomorrow or came down with COVID, Amy could step in and run this because she knows how. I could do it for her at Oregon Trail.
Right.
It's, you know, I don't think it should be a 1-person job. There's too much involved. You need to have more than one head knowing how to run a tournament. So that would be my recommendations. That being said, until we have someone step forward for Redmond, I'm willing to continue to do Redmond till we have a good candidate. Our feeling, the board's feeling, I believe, was that we could save money in Redmond if we had a local person there running the tournament. You have to pay for me mileage, per diem, hotel, salaries, that's just what it is. But if you have somebody local, you get by without the hotel, you get by without mileage. We're gonna have to make a
Some mileage
decision.
you get by. The biggest part of the mileage you get by, not all
You
of
still
it.
pay for house to tournament,
And then there's still trips and yeah.
maybe so.
And
And then we've not had that. Do we still do per diem? And if so,
right.
I mean, we're gonna have to have that discussion if we actually get a local
And the
person.
nice thing about the Redmond tournament is we're not dealing with that room block issue.
Correct.
So it makes running that
And no BEO,
right.
food and beverage.
No food, no,
No, I
and
mean-
so that makes that job a lot easier. That's a big piece of it. Okay, so you and I and Amy will get together and we'll
Make
get
a
something,
recommendation to the board.
we'll get something back to the board in due time.
So Jim, is this your last Seaside then?
Oh, my plan is this, Kevin, this is too big a job to just dump on somebody. My plan is whoever we hire, I would like to be involved for the next year's tournament, planning it with that person and with the DIC. So it would be all Zoom meetings or joint emails between the three of us so that we plan it together so that after I step down next year, they can take over. This tournament's too big and it's our premier event and it brings our money in and we need to keep it running smoothly.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't know what Amy's plans are for Oregon Trail. If she's ready just to get out or not, but
Well, I think she had said the last time I talked with her, she said, I think she's good for one more year. And so.
Well, she's going to do it for one more year. I'm not sure she's good with it.
Good with it.
But
Yeah.
I believe she did.
Did you really?
So let me mention, by the way, just I assume we don't have, this kind of is from my restaurant background and we need to make sure it's individual bills that make sure the service person is taken care of here. Okay.
so. Is there an extra fork on the table anywhere?
Yeah, 12.
Oh, okay.
Right across from you.
Okay, well, anyhow, just make sure that you don't think somebody else is picking up your share of the gratuity or something. So, okay. So here's from Sherry Marquardt. Hey, I just got this last night. Hey, I don't know what's been passed around the group. I won't be in Seaside this week. You can tell the board all this.
Who's this from?
Sherry Marquardt,
Oh,
okay, Vice President.
yeah.
Okay. But, hey, just tell folks I'm on general term medical leave. And I came home past Monday. I still want to be involved with Bridge, but my health will be coming first. And so that's where we're at. So anyhow, so she's sort of not in the loop right now, but down the road, and her recovery sounds like it's going better than when I first heard. It didn't sound very good. So we're all grateful and thankful for that. Rich, I think we're down to changes to the MOP. And before we go, I turn it over to Rich. I just want to acknowledge the committee of Kevin, Allison and Rich, and technically myself, but I did no work on it. They did an amazing job on updating it and reformatting it. So Rich.
Well, I wouldn't say it's accurate that you didn't do any work on it. You did do some work on it. And Allison sent out a notice to all the board members and asked, well, I'm not sure it was all, but specific people and asked for feedback. She got that. And what I did was took all of those things and converted them into one document. Before we had individual documents. So a week or so ago, I sent that document out to everybody to get comments back on the new format. And I had tried to put everything that was added in red, but some of the things that we deleted, I didn't think were really important to be called out. And I said, if you needed to know what was deleted, let me know and I would send that copy to you, but nobody asked for that either. The only comment I got was from Roger. He had a couple of minor changes to the financial part, and I've made those, but that's
basically, I would like to have somebody move and get a second so that we could adopt this new format. Not that it is a stationary document. It really is the living thing that we want to keep updated. Because conditions change. I mean, who knows, we could get another COVID. Or maybe the ACBL will change the regions again. Who knows? So anyway, that is my spiel. I'd like to see us adopt a new format.
So what do you need, Rich?
Motion and a second.
Do you want to make the motion?
Okay, I move that we adopt the.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Rich.
I should have spoke up earlier. In there, you have the tournament coordinators, actually two positions for Hawaii and the mainland, and that's actually been consolidated into one position. So
Now, why in the hell hasn't that been communicated? I don't understand that.
blame me.
I'm.
Okay, so there'll be a revision to the revision.
That's a big change.
Okay, so does that change what you want to do right now, Rich?
Well, I would amend the motion or restate it that we would adopt that, but we would change the section on the tournament coordinator to just state that there's just one.
Okay.
And eliminate the Hawaiian one.
Is there a second to Rich's motion? Second from July? Any more discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand for
But I can make motions.
Me too.
unanimous of all those present. Okay. Yes, that's me.
No, I did too.
Oh,
Got here, and we need a half shrimp Louis.
so I don't think I didn't get my ticket, so.
They're still coming around.
No, they're all the way around. There's yours. The shrimp Louis? Yes, I got two.
Who's got mine then?
Okay,
What did you have, Rich?
I had the ground round.
That's okay. This is yours. And she didn't bring me mine. I'll get mine from her. Everybody else okay on the tickets? Okay. So we okay there, Rich? I guess we're gonna have to do a slight modification and then again, I just want to acknowledge Allison. I think she left, but Kevin and Rich, that you folks did incredible work on that. That was a major project.
I just want to say, Don, that Rich did the bulk. Yeah, Rich did the bulk of the actual work, and he really did a great job. So really, the shout out is to Rich on the organizing, and that is really a load.
Say again, Allison.
I just wanted to say that Rich did almost all of the actual work, so the credit goes to him, and it's a lot of work to integrate all of that. So Rich is really the hero with the cape on this one.
All right, thank you, Allison. One of the things that we would like to do is to standardize the procedure for electing area reps. Right now we have 8 different articles. Kevin's redone the one for area 8, and I think we could maybe take that as a template. And if we can get the other 7 areas to okay it, or we'll send out something along that line, then that would be at least one of the first modifications to our new document.
Yeah, I hadn't even paid attention that we had eight different. And I kind of looked at what Kevin's done. I think it'll be a good template for all the other areas. And I don't see any reason why people won't want to go along with that.
Yeah. We did change the area 8 representative mob. Do we need to approve that here?
Well, it's in the new document that I sent around. So I mean, it's approved as far as I'm concerned.
We'll slide it into that. Is that okay?
So, all 3 of my units approved it already.
Yeah,
okay,
right,
yeah.
Exactly.
That's done.
Might be for you to work out, Allison. Jeff, did you have anything else on the tournament?
3 things. One, I believe for next year, we have one, possibly two IN regionals on tap, Eugene, and I think Portland's gonna try to do one again, either September or late June. Seaside will not, because they are running their sectional during the time that the NABC in spring is happening, so they will not be able to. So that's available. I have been talking to different units, hopefully that we can get them back on the tournament calendar. Ontario, Eureka, Brookings, Medford, and Salem. All these I've had conversations with the last, informal conversations. And I encourage that the area reps, if you have units that are not running any type of tournaments, I mean, you don't have to run an open tournament. You have local tournaments, you have stacks. And there's also progressive, you don't have to go all out. So there's different options, and call me, we can talk about what's best for your area.
Jeff does an amazing job accommodating on the scheduling and the stack stuff, and I have never appreciated his job as much as until I took this position and realized, oh, Jeff does that.
Third thing is stack. Partnership with District 18, and hopefully we'll do 2 royal stacks with them. If somebody wants to run a silver stack next year, I'm more than willing to listen to that. And I will also look out for the opportunity to partnership again with District 18. One of the nice things now that the ACBL has taken over the billing for the stacks, so that's eliminated a lot of trouble, and so it's a lot easier for the county. Kennedy Mather did a number of those for years, and so no longer have to worry about a treasurer collecting from all the different units. Makes it a lot easier.
What level has to run it so that what level has to run a silver stack?
Well, actually, technically, a stack is a unit thing. It's over the years when I'm sorry, what the Western Conference, they created this idea of a huge stack, but stacks are meant for the sectionals, especially originally it was for like New York City that couldn't find a cheap place to play a sectional in. So they said, let's play it in the clubs and call this sectional tournament clubs. So it can be one unit can run a stack, or multiple units can join to run a stack, or the district can find one unit to sponsor for a district-wide stack.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a question about the partnership with 18 that came from Unit 490. This year the Royal Stack with 18 in December is the same week as ACBL start next week. So people have to decide, right, which they're going to do.
So traditionally, that's when we have run our last stack, is the week after Palm Springs. This happens to be with that start this week.
Yeah. Can't please them all. Okay. As soon as I took over as D20 president, the IN person said, well, I quit. And so we had that vacancy.
Hey, continue. Just continue. We don't need to go over it.
I kind of forget exactly what happened. We had an opening. Oh yes, I remember now. Actually, I didn't mean to misspeak there. I do apologize for that. We had a vacancy and so I needed to fill the IN position. And one of those things that I said earlier today to somebody was hiding there in plain sight. I'm sitting at my bridge club, and sitting across the table was Susie. So Susie, you want to talk about IN stuff? She's been getting 25 and 30 people to these lessons. It's amazing.
I think that we all agree that part of the health of our regionals and our real brief in our district is getting new people excited. And so my goal has been to make people happy when they come to the regionals. One thing I just want to throw out there, I've done this, and it's only going to be like a minute and a half. Don't worry. One thing is that in Vancouver, the IN section had their own room to play in, and we had this little community village type feel up there, and people were fired up. And even in Redmond and here, the community energy that we created back in Vancouver is still forthcoming. So what I'd like to ask whoever it is that makes these decisions to consider, I don't think we can do it in Redmond, but to consider in Seaside and in Vancouver that we have a village area just for the IN players, because it really, I think it'll be the health of our district and regional tournaments to keep these people excited and away from the big noisy downstairs room. So other than that, I'm having a blast, and thank you for letting me do this.
And the issue with that is it adds a director for us.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's
so-
the expense of a director, and it's not just the director's fees, but it's transportation here and his hotel.
Yeah.
And it's per diem,
Per diem,
and
it's
it's
a lot.
very expensive.
So I think Susie, you figure out how to make the new arrangement work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
There you go.
We did fine this week.
Yeah,
Anything on the education front, Dennis Harms?
Haven't done much this year. So I plan on turning that around. And so the mom has some ideas for what the educational coordinators do. So one of the first things I'm gonna do is form a group of the teachers in the district. Get them all talking, maybe a forum or maybe email threads, so that they can support each other. And then we'll work also on the website to get the education stuff on there.
Okay, good. Ruth Johnson, our kind of newest area rep, I guess, from the coast here. Anything you want to say, Ruth? Welcome.
I have tournament flyers for Oregon Trail here for all you area reps. I'm sure you got to take them back with you for your clubs.
Sam, you have anything?
Here.
Sam, you have anything you want to say? Oh, you have apples.
Yeah.
There's honey picks out. On behalf of the district, I presented it to Margo and all the members in the room. I got my as a hospital.
I don't think I got it, Jeff.
Yeah,
Get the bag.
I know I printed it.
Here.
Those are the best apples.
Thank you, Sam.
They are, and I'm not
They're not.
exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating.
Susan's card.
That would be me.
Oh.
July, do you have anything you want to say?
That's good.
I lost my party. And I thought, I was even thinking of.
Having what?
Things on it, the norm.
Yeah.
Dropped it down the cracks. So I'm using my wife's.
Oh, that's right.
Use it.
Yes. Yes.
It's too expensive, but Jeff and I are working on it.
Okay. Yeah, because we probably can work something out there. Yeah.
Historically, how big is it?
How big?
What?
Our sectionals are in Reading. We have 5 to 6 IM. And we
Is it about
have,
90 tables for 6 sessions?
yeah, about that.
That's one person, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
or
It's
an outrageous
locally,
section
but
can't go over 25 tables per session.
can't give her 25 expected.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Okay, good. And we're not opposed to working with the regional down there. You know. Anything from Lorraine? Pam?
Not a thing.
Okay.
Just wondering about the publicity though for the High Desert Regional. Might not be a bad idea to mention Bend in there because my partner is wearing an old name tag he had made when he was living in Redmond. He lives in Bend now. Nobody has any idea where Redmond was.
No, I've been a big proponent of, because it's in Redmond, making it Redmond Bend, but we always link it to Bend.
Yeah, when you're talking about Redmond, it's fine, but I just thought that would be
Yeah,
probably
the
wise.
problem that I always thought with Bend Redmond is people just had I wanted people to realize it's in Redmond and not
yeah.
Bend, and people are used to it being in Bend, and then they said, whoa, I thought the Bend Redmond was in Bend, so that's why I thought
You gotta
putting
go
Redmond was
yeah.
first, but for sure it has to be Redmond -Bend.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, so, okay.
Yeah.
And thanks for going in for Lorraine, Pam. Any other old business?
Hey, Don,
Yo, Roger.
just a small item for archiving. I happened to notice that tonight's agenda says the Oregon Trail Regional Annual Board Meeting at the top of it.
Okay, well, that needs to be, where's that at?
This Oregon coast on our.
They changed.
When I sent out the agenda that I probably sent out, not Marie's agenda you're talking about, Roger?
I don't know. I called it up from Marie's email.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah, no big deal.
Okay, all right. And then I think with the last is set the next meeting date, and I guess Allison, I'm going to defer to you on that. So at the Oregon Trail Regional, whether you do it Friday or whenever, so that'll be up to you to decide. Okay.
Okay, I'll make sure to let folks know, but I should consult my consult my work schedule because I shouldn't miss work. So let me take a look at my teaching schedule for winter, and then I'll get that information to folks.
Okay, and you and I will get together soon, Allison. Okay, I have a whole couple of worksheets for you. Not worksheets,
Perfect.
but info stuff. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Don.
Does anybody have anything else? Well, good job, everybody. Margot, great to have you here. Jackie, yep.
Thank you for bringing Sam in this morning in that first session. He never gets that kind of a score.
And Margot, we'll have lunch. I'll tell you all the problems with ACBL tomorrow, okay?
Oh, you better.
You're right.
We adjourned.
Do we have a motion to adjourn here? Second by Jim, and I think all votes in favor of that. All right, everybody, thank you. That was great. Excellent. Yeah.
So true.
He said that the agenda that got sent out said Oregon Trail and not Oregon coast.
I changed it.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Rich. Good job. Thank you. Uh-oh.